Okay, I have a question for you. What comes to your mind when you envision the perfect mom or really good mom? Is her house spotless? Does she only feed her kids organic? I asked myself this question as I sat there nursing my brand new baby boy as a brand new mom almost 8 years ago. And I pretty much lost my mind in an existential crisis. Let me explain. As I sat there nursing my son as a really overwhelmed and really exhausted mom, I started to wonder, what makes a mom good? And images of June Cleaver and that mom from the Brady Bunch just started flooding my mind. And it was in that moment I realized that a lot of the programming I'd received about what it means to be a good mother came from the culture and the media. I really struggled with my identity. I was desperately wanting to be a good enough mom, whatever that means, but I could not lie to myself. I still felt called to share certain gifts with the world. I still felt called to be my normal creative self. I still felt called to put on my heels, okay? And I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna face myself and go look in the mirror as a new mom of my then 3-month-old boy, who's now almost 8. And I set him down in his crib and I strutted valiantly towards the bathroom mirror of our then apartment. And I just decided to just confront myself, soul to soul, eye to mirror, woman to woman. And the moment that followed was a really big wake-up call. As I stood there looking at myself with my, understandably, extra 50, 60 pounds of baby weight I had put on, okay? And my unmanicured nails and my disheveled mom bun and the face that was in desperate need of a facial. Much more importantly, I could not find that light, that spark, that joy of this is who I am. I couldn't find my essence. And it was in that moment in 2012 that I realized I was really overdue for some radical self-care. I missed working out. I missed reading my favorite books. I missed praying. I missed taking time to nurture my self-development. And I missed really just treating myself like I mattered too. So I thought about my mom, who is to me the OG moms wear heels, the queen of creativity. My mom left Alabama and she grew up just picking cotton every day. And she decided to leave Alabama and put on her own heels, so to speak, and shocked her family and friends by just packing up her car and driving to the big city. And later did some really amazing things, working at IBM and becoming one of the first hidden figures in the Apollo 11 mission. She really was just shattering the paradigm she had been raised with. So reflecting again on the mom I wanted to be and reflecting on all the great examples that my mom left me, I was reminded with all the memories of her teaching me how to sew, I'm one of 5 kids, by the way, her teaching us how to play the piano and her teaching me how to read and all these amazing memories. And I realized my mom also made a lot, and I mean a lot, of sacrifices to raise 5 kids. And not only her, but her mother, Percy May. Not only my grandmother, but my abuela, my father's mother, Abuela Maria. So many women that came before them. They made countless sacrifices to get me here as a Black and Latino woman in America today, afforded countless opportunities. And as I sat there in that wake-up call moment in the bathroom mirror, wondering, what am I gonna do with my life? It dawned on me that I can't consciously choose to settle. That although my hands were full with a newborn and now with 3 babies, I can't disrespect previous generations by choosing to settle for less than I am capable of doing. So thanks, Mom. Thanks, grandmas. Thank you to all the women of the world who have set the courageous example for moms like me to do the best we can in our homes, to nurture our generations, to nurture our families. But thank you for paving the way and passing that torch to me and other moms in this day and age in 2020. We don't have to choose now. I don't believe that we have to choose anymore. There comes a time when we do have to ask ourselves that question as moms or as dads or as people in this world is, do we want to appease the world and to fit into the world's expectations of who they want us to be? Or are we going to be brave and courageous enough to blaze our own trail, right? And so in that moment, bathroom moment, when I realized that I wasn't going to settle, it dawned on me one of the best lessons that my mother had taught me, other than how to be a great mom at home, which was also the art of living according to your own values in life. So she really did exemplify this effortlessly. You know, growing up, I would always kind of hear, and me myself, just kind of people, kind of poking fun at her vivacious, huge personality. And it just would always just roll off her back. You know, it never bothered her, other people's opinions. And it dawned on me as a new mom that day that, okay, Monica, if we're really going to go after these dreams, if we're really going to really decide to own our self-care as moms, knowing that, you know, I heard it from certain people close to me and strangers in the grocery store checkout line, that wasn't okay. I had to make a decision that I was going to be brave enough, like my mom showed me, to honor my destiny, even as a mother, to use my gifts that I had been given. So when I realized that I was this close to sabotaging my destiny in order to people please, I made a big stand. No more am I going to let trolls on social media dictate how I feel about myself. No more was I going to allow the moms at the other playdate group meetups that I had been doing, because, you know, being a new mom is isolating. No more was I going to let their opinions get inside of my head of what it meant to be a good mom. I was going to do it in a way that intuitively and discerningly felt right. So I started to fight those negative thoughts, those negative thoughts that screamed at me, you can't be you and still be a good mom. I started to fight those back, right? And I started to give myself permission to own motherhood and to own my destiny. And when I say destiny, please don't misconstrue this. I'm not saying that it's something that needs to be monetized. I'm not saying it's something that has to make you rich and famous. I'm just saying that you were given gifts. I was given gifts. And I believe that it is our duty while we're here on this earth to actualize and use those gifts, even as mothers. So I promised myself that no, Monica, we're never going to be perfect. Yes, we're always going to be highly imperfect, but I promised myself that I was going to try to be the best mom I could be, while at the same time creating the best life for myself. I realized that my daughter, I now have a daughter who's now 4. I realized she's watching me, and she probably will be a mom one day. And I realized that if I consciously chose to negate my self-care, to negate using my gifts, to negate using my creativity, if I consciously chose to let those things wither and die away, that I would be teaching her to do the same thing when she makes me a grandma who wears heels, okay? And I said, not on my watch. So you might be saying, okay, Monica, this sounds good. I have 5 kids at home, but how do we do that? How do we balance motherhood with being who we are? I hear you, girl. And while I don't have all the answers, will never claim to, I do want to share with you some things that I have learned on the journey since that proverbial bathroom moment, since that existential crisis moment. I want to share with you some things I have learned so maybe you can save your energy, your precious energy, and be able to avoid some of the pitfalls I fell into. So the first thing I learned, know your price. Know the price you're willing to pay to be the best mom you can be who's still chasing what she wants in life, who's still using her gifts. What do I mean by that? I mean that there is inevitably a cost to doing a TED Talk. There's inevitably a cost to writing that blog post. There's inevitably a cost to scrolling on social media. There's a cost to that. It takes away from our children. It takes away from our husbands. It takes away from our home. So can we just be honest here and just say that everything that we say yes to in life is inevitably going to be a no that we're saying to our families. So knowing that, we should probably be very, very cautious to make sure that our yeses are a yes, are a heck yes in life, so that our no's can be a firm one, right? Are you willing to miss that dance recital to post on social? Are you willing to miss Friday make me laugh night? That's a tradition my family and I have. Or Friday family movie night in order to send those emails, right? Know the cost you're willing to pay. For me, I had to decide pretty early in my journey of chasing my dreams in my heels and being a mom. I had to decide really early, you know what? No, I am not willing to pay the most beautiful, precious resource I have, which is my time with my babies, more than I feel discerningly is worth it. And for every woman, for every father, for every person, that is going to look very different. For me, I'm choosing to do a TED Talk because that's aligned with my values. Does it take time away from my family? Yes. Do I feel it's worth it? Do I feel it's going to positively impact my community, myself, my children? Just make sure you know your price and that you are not willing to negotiate that for anybody, okay? The next thing I want to bring up is the topic of mommy guilt, okay? It's bound to arise on our journeys of going after what we want in life and trying to be the best moms we can be. But I want to share with you something that has really, I wouldn't say it takes away all the mommy guilt, but it has taken away, extinguished at least 90% of it. And it's my secret I call magic mommy moments. Magic mommy moments are about quality and not quantity. So that's good news even for the most busy mom. Magic mommy moments are those precious moments when all the TVs are off, all the phones are put away, all the laptops are shut down, and I consciously choose to enter the magical, stress-free kingdom of my children. Now for my daughter and I, that usually includes we're playing dolls, again, while sitting cross-legged on the floor and having a Barbie party, right? For my son, who's now almost 8, Eliel, that usually will include him like creaming me in his favorite video game, okay? And for my now 7-month-old baby, our magic mommy moments are when we're rocking in our chair and we're having our skin on skin time and I'm just staring deep in his eyes and sniffing his beautiful baby smell, right? Those are magic mommy moments for me. They're gonna look different for you and for your family, but I would encourage that you take these magic mommy moments with each child if you can individually. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, it adds up. It invests so much in their self-love and how they view the world and how they view their place in the home. So even when mommy is really busy wrapping up a project, I always try to do my best to remember to have those magical moments with all of us together, but at the same time, at times, individually with each child as well. Now, if I still feel guilty, even when I'm doing my magic mommy moments, I know I need to be honest with myself. I know that something in my life needs to shift. That might mean that I need to reprioritize my values and what I'm spending the most time with. It might mean that I need to take a break from social media for a good week. Detox. It might mean that I'm not working out enough and like my self-care, I'm just feeling kind of like blah. It might mean that I need to lower my client list. It's imperative that if we're still feeling mommy guilt, that we're just being honest with ourselves, having that look in the mirror, just like my bathroom mirror moment, and just saying, okay, what are my values? What needs to shift here? What do I really care about? And how can I make time for that? So for me, God, husband, kids, dreams, and everything else. Know your hierarchy of values, and knowing that and having that self-awareness is key in helping you to decide your own version of balance. Because here's the thing. Nobody has the perfect idea or equation of what a balanced life looks like. Like, who knows what a balanced life really means? Everybody, every family's version of balance is unique, okay? And if anyone tells you they have that all figured out, oh, I have the perfect idea of what makes a balanced life, you run away quickly, okay? Now, one more secret trick that I would like to share is taking the long view. Every time I start to feel really overwhelmed and frazzled, which is pretty much every day because I have 3 kids and a full life, I just gently remind myself, okay, Monica, when you're 90 years old, when we are 90 years old, what are you gonna wish you did today, okay? Are you gonna wish that you bickered at your beautiful family? Are you gonna wish that you complained more? Are you gonna wish you compared your life to someone else's life on social media you don't even know? Are you gonna wish you did more of those things? Or are you going to be grateful that you did the best you could every day to make time for your beautiful babies? I love being a mom. I truly feel it was a part of my God-given destiny to parent and nurture these beautiful babies I've been trusted with. And with that said, I also believe that I was given gifts to use. And what I learned from that moment in the bathroom mirror, what I wish I could go back and tell her, 26-year-old Monica, is stop comparing yourself to other moms. Stop comparing yourself to other families. You don't look like them for a reason. Your life will not look like theirs for a reason. It's not supposed to. Do your best, Monica, with what you've been given. Wear your own size heels, okay? Do the best you can to be the best mom and wife you can be, and save a little bit every day, if you can, even if it's just 5 minutes, for your self-care, for your creativity, to use the gifts that you've been trusted with. Because I truly believe, and one of the biggest lessons I have learned since that moment in the bathroom mirror, is that when mom is truly healthy and happy and her cup is full from the inside out, it benefits her whole family, it benefits her whole community, and it benefits this whole planet just by her one courageous example to do so.